The show should be a lot of fun today. We've got a controversy that is interesting but stupid in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins drafted at 13 a guy that would have gone much higher if not for an extortion situation that might be the first situation in the history of sports where we actually believe someone who says they were hacked were hacked. We don't believe it when Kurt Rambis is saying that when Kurt Rambis is liking porn on Twitter reportedly. I think you're going to have to take that gas mask off. I think you're going to have to take the visual joke off because of how tinny and hollow you sound. Is
this better?
No, not really. It's a great visual joke, you wearing a gas mask with a bong on it, but it doesn't really work on the radio because we can't hear you.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. That's much better. Yeah. So,
all right.
It was a good effort. It's good visual humor. But we love this story in Miami for a lot of different reasons. Laremy Tunsil, if you're not familiar with this story, was going to go very high. Now, I could say this, right? Mississippi's sketchy. Now, just the university, just Ole Miss, everything there is sketchy. They got good all of a sudden. Guys are, falling out of buildings after smoking synthetic weed. They got all the draft picks. They got a bunch of great players. All of a sudden, everybody was real eager to get to Ole Miss. The whole thing is sketchy.
Yep.
And so emerging from that is Laremy Tunsil, who was going to be drafted very high. And then minutes before the draft, on his verified Twitter account, a photo appears that is old. Thank you for the visual aid of him smoking marijuana through a gas mask bong.
You got it, Dan.
Yeah. There's a Confederate flag in the background, and this is an extortion attempt. And Todd McShay's on television. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's backtrack for a second. So I think that was the biggest controversy of Laremy Tunsil's night, but I'm not actually sure because later he's on stage, and this is tremendous sound here, okay? He was suspended for 7 games for taking benefits, and then on his Instagram account, once the party shut down on Twitter, the party broke out on his Instagram account, and there was, he apparently took money from a coach. And all of this was happening in real time. And somebody's trying to extort him. And he's got a situation with his stepfather, which is crazy. And he is asked on air as this is happening. And thankfully, Laremy Tunsil is quick of feet, but not quick on his feet. So this happens. And my favorite part is just the random PR director making an appearance so many syllables late that she's actually making everything worse.
So was there an exchange of money between you and your coach as your Instagram photos?
No, I won't say all that. I won't say that.
So not only did someone hack your account, but they doctored those messages, is what you're saying that were posted to you.
Exactly.
You're saying those messages were not messages?
Hold on, the message you talking about from, no. Those true. Like I said, I made a mistake of that happening, and it happened.
So was an exchange between you and your coach for money?
I have to say, yeah.
Have you talked to the NCAA at all in this investigation? Have they talked to you about?
He's got no more comments. Sorry. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. He hasn't seen anything. This all happened while he was up here.
Love that.
That was his agent is Jimmy Sexton. That's his PR person.
Love that.
Yes.
And by the way, Jimmy Sexton, the agent, represents everybody in the Dolphin organization. I want them to do the press conference today, all of them wearing gas mask bongs. All of them. All of them. The coach, the owner, all of them.
It's tough to talk with these things on, Dan.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea on my part. The Miami Dolphins got a steal, and of the many interesting things here, I don't know what's most interesting. I really don't. But one of the things that I find interesting is how scared all of these draft prep control freaks who are in the violent business ran away.
That was interesting.
Just ran away. As soon as something unexpected made an appearance, they just scurried like cockroaches. And when you really think about it, what made an appearance is so benign. So benign. Our country's laws are changing very fast on marijuana. It's a bleeping plant. The NFL is behind on this stuff with crazy penalties for nonsense that knock out a year of Josh Gordon's career for nothing.
I mean, the Titans, if you really think about it, Dan, the reason they were going to keep that number 1 pick, if they kept it, was to take Tunsil. They made the trade. They got themselves down to 8. The guy they wanted at 1 was still there, and they got scared off by that video.
Everybody got scared off except the Dolphins, and it's just such cowardice and speaks to these control freaks and their need for preparation and how poorly they handle the unexpected. And they'll file it under the rationalization of character risk and everything else. But if we redid this draft in a month and they simply had time to do some research on this, he would have gone in the top 5. But it was fascinating to watch people in the violence business run scared over nothing, over a spork. Right. Imagine in the violence business, imagine everyone's fighting with guns and knives and someone Laremy Tunsil shows up with a spork and everyone runs away.
Spork.
A plastic spork.
Perfect.
Are there any other kinds of sporks or sporks only plastic?
I'm not sure. I'm on it.
Yeah, for my wedding registry, I didn't get like a fancy spork.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, like when you get like wedding presents, they give you fancy silverware. Like there's never a fancy spork.
Okay, so are sporks, put it up on the poll, Guillermo. Are sporks only plastic? Was that redundant what I said? Sporks only plastic.
There's a bamboo spork.
Well, you just sabotaged the poll. At Lebatard Show on Twitter.
I did.
Are sporks only plastic? I'm wondering, though, as you watch this, is America wringing its hands? Or are we laughing at something that the NFL is taking seriously? Because Todd McShay, I was beginning to say to that sound, Todd McShay actually said on our airwaves that this kid needs to be more mature by being better at covering this stuff up. That happened. Not that you can do it, just don't tell people.
Right. Just don't get caught.
Like, in fact, can we backtrack for a second? Because I want to make sure I'm responsible. I'm not misquoting because I don't watch the draft. I want to make sure. Can someone look up for me, please, that I've got this right on what McShay actually did? Because I don't want to be sideswiping a colleague here without all my facts. I want to factually say what it is that happened on air.
I will say that even if he didn't say that, we're all thinking it. Like, dude, come on. Like, people are better at covering this up.
But what we're talking about, okay, what we're talking about is marijuana and taking money in school to pay your light bill, to pay your mother's light bill. Character risk. In a sport that you can say on Sundays, the very fabric of it might be unethical.
The mother's light bill was $305, to which the coach responded, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, that's a big light bill.
We agreed on a certain amount.
Right.
Yes,
I know. I mean,
turn the lights off.
Kind of amazing that Laremy Tunsil's mother lives in a stadium. Like a $300 light bill.
But people should think about that, Dan, because Tunsil and his teammates have made Mississippi so much money, and they have made the school, the coach, everyone, the NCAA money, and he can't pay his mom's light bill.
I mean, that's a big light bill, though.
It is.
I mean, I don't have it. I don't have
right.
anything close to it. That's a big light bill.
Yeah.
Tunsil, though, quick on his feet, said, "Oh, it includes water too." Yeah,
Right.
yeah, blah, blah, blah.
But if you knew someone was going to pay your light bill, you leave the lights on all the time, right?
No.
What do you mean, no?
What? I mean, why are you?
I mean,
such
if you
a
knew someone
jerk?
was going to pay for your groceries, you go to Publix and buy everything.
Why are you being such a jerk? Like, what? No, you could conserve,
Right. You ever turn
Somebody-
the lights off in a hotel?
somebody else's money. Are you extra? Are you the guy? Are you really? Are you this guy?
Am I this guy?
Wait a minute. So you're the guy at a spa who flosses between his legs with 70 towels just because he can and throws them on the floor?
Yep.
Like, you're the guy. If someone else is paying for something, like, what are you doing to a rental car?
Free towels, man.
What are you doing to a rental car?
Oh, abusing it. Absolutely abusing it. And bringing it back with no gas.
Well, that you have to pay for.
Nah, there are ways around that, trust me.
Like what, fraud? You have to pay extra if you return it for no gas.
Nah, you drop the car off, you run straight to the airport shuttle, you get the hell out of there.
They've got your credit card.
You dispute it.